All right, we got Ranchview Wolves head coach Terry Smith here, about to start your 7th season. How does that feel?
Like I'm old, but it's gone by really quickly.
You've accomplished quite a bit over the last few years. What are you most proud of so far, Coach?
I'd like to think it's just about a program that creates men out of kids. We've had some kids that have come to us and we got rough homes. We've got great kids, we got great parents, but we have some kids that struggle. Just to get here every day and do the right thing. And I got kids like, I don't want to call him out, but we got a kid like Jason Parker. That as a freshman, man. In fact, I told him at the regional track meet, I said, man, would punk Jason from freshman year ever have thought he'd be here in the regional finals, for the 300 hurdles? He just did such a great job. And just watching him come from a kid that just didn't really care about a lot of things to a kid that really worked hard, became one of our leaders, and he's going to get to go play football and run track next year. That's what you're most proud of, is just the kids on a daily basis and seeing them grow.
Seems like we talk about that each year when we come out here and visit you, and I know you take a lot of pride in watching your fellas grow. What's the job of a head coach anymore?
Paperwork. Man, that's a really good question. Obviously organizing your program, but I've been really, really fortunate in the people I've hired. I tell everybody I take care of parents and paperwork, and they take care of football, and it's kind of true to an extent. Coaching your coaches, putting them in the right place and helping them do the right thing, being there for them when they need help. My two coordinators, Jesse Smitherman and Brenton Whitaker, and then before that with Chad and TJ and those guys, they do the majority of the work when it comes to football. They truly do. My job is just I tell them all the time, I'll give them any job they want. Anybody that wants to be in charge of anything, and that goes all the way down. Anybody that has a good idea, no good idea, goes unused, come in, do them, use them, and I don't care who gets credit. None of that stuff matters. But then if they ever overload themselves, then I tell them, hey, that can come back on me anytime you want it. I can get back on it. But I guess my job as a head coach is just to take care of kids, to be real honest. It's to try and get them recruited. I'm constantly sending things out, talking to people, trying to get them out of here, trying to give them an opportunity to play on the next level, talking to them about what's important in life, trying to teach them. They hate to hear grades, but grades is just kind of a precursor to what's going to happen the rest of their lives. Things that they have to take care of. They don't really have a choice. They may not want to, but they're going to have things that they don't have a choice with. And just to teach them that things outside what they like are still important and are still going to matter in their life. And I think that's probably our biggest goal, is just to make sure that they grow up knowing that there's going to be adversity, knowing they can overcome that adversity, and then understanding that some parts of life aren't always the most fun, but you still got to deal with them and have a plan.
So football is a teaching tool.
I've always thought that, yes, sir.
Yeah.
I definitely believe that.
Now, going to the playoffs is becoming a habit around here. How are you going to build on last year?
That's a good question. We're losing 22 kids, and we're losing a lot of talented kids. Our seniors played a lot last year. And when you lose, we had 8 kids sign and go off to play football this year in a little 4A school. That'll tell you something. Yeah, we had several kids really do a good job for us and work for us. We're going to be replacing some really talented kids. But my favorite thing about this group is they're good, hard-working kids. I saw you talking to Brayson and Sir Roderick and those guys, and they're here every day. Brayson Romine, he and a couple others, and Darren Brossett and DeQuan Loft and a couple other guys. When I get here at 6:45 in the morning, they're here waiting on me, literally sitting at the door waiting on me every day. They come in, throw, catch. He went to quarterback school to kind of challenge and push our younger kids. And they're here when I leave. I got to kick them out of the weight room. DeQuan Lofton, I got to kick out of the weight room. It's amazing. And so, they're just really good kids, and this is a good group. They do a really good job of being friends with each other. They still got to work on holding each other accountable. That's one of those things that I think the whole generation's struggling with right now. But, they do a really good job of just working and not being afraid of the work. So I think we're going to be better in that aspect. We'll be better technically. We'll be better, scheme wise and comprehension wise. We just might not be quite as talented. But our sophomore group, if they grow up, I mean, we got some good ones in that sophomore group as well.
Coach Terry Smith, not just a football coach, but a developer of young men. Is that fair?
I would like to think that.
We know it, Coach. Hey, keep up the good work. Thanks for what you do.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot.